Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter career mode here on FC25. It's the start of season 4 already. It's our second season in England. It's our second season with Newcastle United. And as we take a look at the trophy cabinet, you can see that we have ticked off only 4 trophies. We completed Spain by winning the La Liga and the Copa del Rey with Atletico Madrid in our first 2 seasons. We also won the World Cup in between season 2 and 3 with the Spain national team. We went ahead and moved over to Newcastle, and in the first season we suffered really bad in the league, in all honesty, and we got knocked out to Bournemouth in the FA Cup quarterfinals, I believe it was, maybe round of 16. It was somewhat relatively early-ish, but not really too early in the cup, mid-range tournament style. We did go ahead and manage to win the Conference League, so we go ahead and knock off the worst European competition that we have on there. We have yet just to win the Europa League and the Champions League to win in our next however long, 2, 4, 6, 7 seasons that we have left of this career mode. We do have the Euros at the end of this season, I believe, so we're going to pick up a European team to try and win the Euros, or the fake Euros, on the game. So we'll look at that at the end of the season. But getting back to the squad, taking a look at the squad, a lot of these guys just have to go. If we want to build a championship winning club, a FA Cup winning club, a Premier League winning club, a Europa League winning club, these guys are going to have to go. We're going to have to get as much money as we can possible for most of these guys. Allison, he's on the chopping block, but he's also able to stay as well because he isn't declining as fast as I thought he would have been last season. I expected him to be around 85, 84 this season, to be honest, but he's still 89 overall, so I think he can at least get the job done. I want to bring in a backup keeper to replace Samba and Vlachodimos. I think these guys both have to go, as well as Thompson. He just has to go. I think Target has to go. Hall is a good backup left back for Hato. We have to get rid of Pivas, Lascelles, Kelly, and Phillips, Sicade. All those center backs have to go. We're going to have to bring in some more better center back depth options for us as well. Ashby can leave. Hayden can leave. Fief honestly can leave if we want him to leave. Jolinton, he's not technically up for sale, but if we get a good transfer offer for him, I'm not going to go ahead and just reject it. I will talk about selling him. Longstaff, he can honestly go. White can go. Millie can go. Lewis Gelly, he's going to stay. He's decent squad depth for us. Harvey Barnes can stay, but we're going to look for somebody better than him. We want him to kind of be our backup left winger. Cool can go. Almiron can go. Osula can go. Endrick is obviously our striker. Parkinson and Krupi can also go. And talking about Endrick and Isak, we are switching things up for this season. A 4-2-4 formation, so no longer do we have that CDM. It's just 2 men in the midfield. As of right now, it's Rovella and Jolinton, which means Endrick and Isak start at striker. So Endrick is for sure going to get his 15 games as long as he doesn't tear his ACL within relatively early of the season. He obviously has to play 15 games. He has to play in every single competitions of Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, even though we don't care about that competition, and the Europa League. We should be in the Europa League. We have 125 million, I believe it is. Yeah, 125 million to spend just off of base, but we are obviously going to hopefully sell some players as well. Some guys we're going to be able to bring in on a free. So there is that. But just to make sure, we are in the Europa League, right? We're not in the Champions League. Yes, so we are in the Europa League. So we want to win the Europa League. If we can win back-to-back European competitions with Newcastle, that'd be great success. But obviously, our focus this season is the Premier League. It is the FA Cup. That is number 1 and number 2 priority. The Europa League is a bonus if we get it. So let's go and get down to business with some transfers. And first off, we have a goalkeeper from Roma, Joseph Martin. Market value of 13 million, 20 years old, 77 overall. The perfect backup player. We are going to go ahead and player swap. We're going to try and player swap with one of the goalkeepers that we have. We're going to include Samba. They might not want him because he's about 35 years old. They don't want him. So if we can sell Samba, that'd be great. But we are going to offer his market value flat with that 10% selling clause that they have. See what they say. They want 14 million. We're just going to accept that. I was willing to pay around 16 million. So 14 million is perfectly fine for the goalkeeper. We're going to bring him in. He'll be our number 2. And our first signing is in that goalkeeper department. Mr. comes into the squad, 77 overall from Roma. Welcome to Newcastle United. You might not play much, but you'll sure as hell help our squad depth for solidarity. We go ahead and welcome in Christian Schmidt to the club for a free transfer. He joins as a backup striker for Endrick and Isak. 77 overall at 21 years old. He'll come into the squad. He has a load of play styles. Let's go and show you those. All right, so looking at Schmidt, he has chip shot, dead ball, trivela, acrobatic, and long throw. 5'10". He's good acceleration and agility and all that good stuff. Sprint speed is decent. Strength is good. His attack positioning is decent. So he's a very decent young baller. Welcome to the squad for free. And we say goodbye to Samba as he leaves to go over to Manchester City for around 13, 14 mil, 12 mil in fact. 12 million to Manchester City. We say goodbye to Samba. Our first sale is out the window. We also say goodbye to Afif. He has been sold for 13.7 million. We say goodbye to him. One season wonder. I honestly didn't like him when he played. He was just quick on the ball. That was about it. We said goodbye to him. We have spent the big bucks on this in real life young gentleman. Obviously not real life or not in the game. He's quite on the older side. He's 27 to be fair to him. But he's going to join here from Roma, not LA Galaxy, where he is currently in real life. Obviously has just torn his ACL the game before the MLS final, which is absolutely insane. In fact, he played on that torn ACL for more than half of a game, which is just insane in itself. Mr. Ricky Puig, he'll join for 75 million from AS Roma, 85 overall. He will replace Joelinton in the starting 11. Joelinton will drop to the bench. That's why I said Joelinton is not technically on the chopping block, but we have looked to see if we can find somebody better. We've seen this guy, and honestly, he looks like a absolute just beast on the ball. So welcome to the club, Ricky Puig. Our second biggest signing, and it's one that's going to take our budget near to the zeros. We go ahead and bring in a center back who's currently playing at Arsenal, Simicon. He joins Newcastle United for 40 million plus Cerchete, so around a 52 million market deal here for him. He's 85 overall. He's technically could be a starter, but he's going to have to work for that starting spot over Branthwaite and the other guy. But welcome to the club, Simicon. You'll join here at Newcastle United for hopefully a Premier League winning season. We go ahead and loan in a youngster in Yayori Biati from Juventus. I'm going to mispronounce his name, but he comes into the squad on loan for a year just to give us some extra depth in that midfield area. Let's go and look at some of the sales that we have done. I haven't talked about. So we just recently sold Sean Longstaff to Everton for $10.5 million. We sell Jamal Lascelles to Hull for $1.4 million. We sell Almiron to Coventry for $1.7 million. We sell Kriupi to Leicester City for $4.6. Ashley Phillip over to Heidenheim for $3.5. Lloyd Kelly over to Atalanta for $14.2 million. And that's all the other transfers that y'all know of, which sees our budget leading at $57 million, which is not enough for the player I want to bring in on the left-hand side. So it's looking like a Harvey Barnes, possibly left winger role, unless we sell him. He's currently working on a deal to get sold to Crystal Palace. If we sell that happen, then there is a possibility as somebody else is walking out the front door. Matt Target sold to Transfer FC to Southampton for $3.25. Now, what I didn't realize is the guy that we want is currently at the club that is also trying to buy Harvey Barnes at the same time. So, swap deal, maybe, plus some cash if y'all want it. Alright, well, we'll try again in a week, but that seems like the deal. I want to bring in Adiemi to the club. He's 25 years old, 84 overall. Get him out of Crystal Palace, and if we swap him with Harvey Barnes, we'll just go look for somebody relatively cheap on the market to bring in as a backup as a left winger. A guy that spent half the season on loan with us last season. We go ahead and pivot away from trying to bring in Adiemi because they simply just weren't having it. We failed twice, so we pivoted away. So we go back to a guy that spent a half of a season on loan at Newcastle last season. Jack Harrison, welcome back to Newcastle, this time on a permanent deal. We do go ahead and swap Harvey Barnes just to get it a little bit cheaper. So Harrison joins in the squad for $13 million cash value plus Harvey Barnes, so around a $45 million market deal value there because Harvey Barnes is worth around 32 market value, so 13.6, yada yada, bit of math. Lance Harrison, it's not Jack Harrison. I didn't think it was. It was just top of my head that was Jack. It's Lance Harrison joins the squad as our new number 1 left winger. We're going to have to find somebody else to be a backup left winger. We also do need to bring in a backup right winger. We do have Kenda here on the short list, somebody that could possibly come in as a back left winger. I just don't know if I can loan him into the squad, because we definitely can't buy him, but we could possibly loan him, which we could. We go ahead and bring in a backup right winger. I believe Jaden Adai comes in at 16 million from Lyon. I can't remember if he's a backup right winger or a left winger, to be completely honest. 16 million, I believe we just paid for him. What position is he? He's not a left winger. He is a right winger. So yeah, right winger Adai. Welcome to the club. Felix Correa, 16 million over from Rio Vicente. Welcome to the club. This is our lineup, our best starting lineup for this season. Allison in net, Livramento, Branthwaite, Botman, and Hato as our back 4. Rovella and Pugh in the midfield 2. Harrison, Endrick, Isak, and Kubo as our front 4. On the bench, we have Schmidt, Adai, Correa, Bayuri, Lewis Skelly, Jolington, Simicon, Lewis Hall, and Martin. Welcome to the first game of the season against the team that knocked us out in the FA Cup, AFC Bournemouth. Paulson in net, Max Harrison, John Stones. We have Suchek in net, Justin Cliver, who's been on the form of his life in real life. Wow, Justin Cliver is absolutely balling at the moment. Bournemouth are absolutely balling at the moment. It's Isak versus Bournemouth to start our Premier League campaign. Livramento intercepts down to Rovella. Rovella into Isak, who was on the form of his life, had the year of his life last season. Kuba crossed in, blocked, second effort. Harrison heads it down towards there, but Harrison will get it back, and Harrison will find the first goal of the season for Newcastle United. It's 1-0 to the Magpies. Alexander Isak, shot blocked, trying to get one before the second half. We're going to go short on this corner. Kubo, Botman, Endrick, the Brazilian over the bar, halftime, 1-0 up here against Bournemouth. Evan Nielsen with the equalizer absolutely out of nowhere. It's 1-1. Branthwaite, Endrick, in for Isak, and Isak is in behind, and Alexander Isak to give the Magpies the lead. Once again, he gets his scoring underway. It's 2-1. Correa comes on that left wing, Jolington on that center mid, and Simicon on at center back. Corner for Bournemouth, headed away by Livramento. Kuba wins it, and here comes Correa. His first look on the ball. He shot fresh legs. Correa now getting past 1, getting past 2. He's quite slow on the ball, I'll tell you that much. Correa cross in for Alexander Isak on the volley. Bicycle kick-esque. 3-1. Honestly, I don't know what Correa's acceleration is or even sprint speed is. It's not great. I'll tell you that much. It's not great. Don't want him on the counterattack ever again. Correa into Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall into Isak. Alexander, hat-trick on his first game back, of course. Of course it had to be Isak to get the hat-trick. It's 4-1 for Newcastle United. Endrick. Sorry, I'm yawning. I didn't think I was going to get the ball, so I thought I had opportunity to yawn. And Kubo will make it 5-1. We are destroying Bournemouth. It was tight for a while. Miles Lewis-Skelly, who's on the left back, or right back, I should say, he's coming in. Miles Lewis, no. But that should be full-time. Oh, it's not going to be full-time. Yes, not quite 93rd. So they might get a second consolation goal. It's over the bar. That is game over. An electric 5-1 start to our season here in Premier League life. Showing we mean business. Showing we want to win the league. Massive, massive win. We are going to go ahead and simulate this game here against Everton. Thank goodness, a 0-0 draw. Wow, a 0-0 draw. Our starting lineup as we get into an extended bit of the episode. The only change is Simicon at center back instead of Branthwaite. I want to try him out starting. It says we're still playing the 4-3-3 default. Just got to delete that formation from the game. And then this is Arsenal's lineup. Our first massive test. It's Arsenal in the league. It's David Raya in net. It's Antoine Saliba, Mosquera, and Kivior with Odegaard. We have also Bukayo Saka there, Gabriel Martinelli, Openda. We have Marino on the bench. A lot of great options for them. It's Arsenal versus Newcastle. Let's get into it. Movimento trying to defend it. It's Openda. Odegaard. Martinelli straight to Allison. Out for a corner. Martinelli. Odegaard. Offside. Into Isak, who's injured. Isak strike off the defender. Out for a corner. Hopefully his injury isn't too bad. It's Ravella on the corner. It's Simicon on the header. No, second ball. Sven Botman over the bar. Martinelli getting past both defenders on him. Getting the penalty as well. A chance for Arsenal to take the lead. Referee, this better not be a red card. It's a yellow. Bukayo Saka is the one to take it for Arsenal. We're going bottom right. He goes top left. 1-0 for Arsenal. They take the lead here. Saka now. Openda, Yurdic save, but Yurdic gets his own rebound. It's 2-0 for the Arsenal. Saka, how is that an advantage and how is that 3-0? Maybe we aren't ready to fight for a title. We're going to lose this game. We lose 3-1. Endrick getting a sole goal consolation. And Isak, broken toe, 3 months out. Ugh. Alright, well, that's going to be the end of this episode. When we come back, Europa League action, more Premier League action, back to the old formation because I'm not playing two-striker formation with no backup striker. So I'll see y'all there. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.